In today's video I'll be talking about 6 samurais and showing you some replays of the deck in action, and we're going to start right now. Here we have our 10 win streak. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 wins with our 6 samurais. Since Konami gave us 50% off their old boxes for us to spend our hard earned gems on, I decided to build a 6 samurai deck. And here's the deck list. Grandmaster can be special summoned from the hand if you control a face-up 6 sam monster, but you can only control one at a time. When it's destroyed by a card effect, you can add a 6 sam back to your hand from the graveyard. Kizan is another monster that will special summon from the hand if you control another 6 sam monster with a different name, and it also gains attack and defense if you have 2 other 6 sam monsters on the field. Enishi can banish 2 monsters from the graveyard to return a monster from the field back to your opponent's hand, but you must have a monster with a different name to activate the effect. This will also boost its attack and defense when there are 2 other 6 sam monsters on the field of different names. Kizaru can be banished from your graveyard to protect a monster from destruction, so if someone was to use a Raigeki break against it, you could banish Kizaru from the graveyard to protect your monster from destruction. However, if someone used something like Lightning Vortex to destroy all your monsters on the field, Kizaru's effect unfortunately won't be able to be activated. Fuma is the tuner that will lead into your Shien plays, so you'd summon Fuma and then you can special summon Kizan, then synchro into Shien. Also, this can be banished from your graveyard to protect your 6 sam monster as long as it's the only card to be destroyed by a card effect, the same kind of effect as Kizaru. Legendary Secret can be special summoned alongside Fuma to lead into Shien plays if you don't end up drawing Kizan. Also, it can banish a level 4 or lower and it will become the same level attack and defense attribute of that monster. 6 Samurai United is basically a pot of greed. If you normal summon Fuma and then special summon Secret or any other 6 sam monster and special summon Kizan, this will then have 2 counters on it. You activate the effect to then draw 2 cards. So this card will come in very handy to draw through your deck to make your plays. Shien's Dojo works in the same way as 6 Sam United, however it will summon a monster from the deck based on how many counters you have on this card. So again, if this is another very easy way to bring out Fuma to make your Shien plays. So if you had Kizan or any other if you had any other level 4, you bring out your level 4s, you get the counter on Shien's Dojo, activate Shien's Dojo. Because it's got 1 counter on it, you can then summon your Fuma and then that will go into synchro into your Shien. Dual Wield is a good trap that will send a monster back to the hand or the extra deck, and this will help to get over the bigger monsters that are on the ladder at the moment. The only downside to the card though is that you can only control one 6 samurai to activate it, and if you have only 1 monster on the field and you've got set back row, the odds are that your opponent will know that it's a dual wield and they will try to play around that. Return of the 6 Samurai literally just brings back a 6 Samurai from the graveyard, so if you have a Fuma in the graveyard you can return that back to then synchro into Shien if you've got a level 4 on the field, or even if you've got a level 4 already on the field you can bring back another level 4 from the graveyard to then go into your rank 4 exceeds monsters. Also, if you don't do any of those, you can then use that monster for an attack and it will go back to the graveyard at the end of the turn. I have thrown in just 1 backs to the wall into this deck as well, where you pay all of your life points down to 100, so you've got 100 life points left, and then you can special summon any amount of 6 samurais from your deck. So if you've got 2 Shiens in your graveyard and a few other level 4s, bring them back to the field and then you can carry on with your plays. Rian can be summoned by using 3 6 sam monsters with different attributes. Then once per turn you can banish a monster from your hand or the field to then banish one of your opponent's monsters. So this is another good way of getting around some of the bigger monsters that are out there on the ladder. This will also protect your other 6-sound monsters from battle or card effects by banishing itself from the graveyard. Shien is your boss monster that you'll be using a lot of in this deck, and he has the once per turn effect to negate any spell or trap that your opponent activates on either player's turn, and this is a soft once per turn effect, so if you have multiple Shiens on the field you can just negate spells and traps all day if you really wanted to, which is a brilliant effect, and it really annoys the opponents as well. Also, if this was to be destroyed, you can destroy another 6 samurai monster on the field to save yourself and to save a Shien. Blade Armor Ninja isn't actually necessary in the deck. I just picked this card up in a 99p ultra rare deal that they had going on at the time from the Harpies box. However, it does work really well with the deck because of it being a rank 4 Xyz. So if you had Kizan, Anishi, Kizaru, or even the legendary secret up on the field, you can go into your Blade Armor Ninja, you then detach a material from this card, and then you can go in with a double attack, which is really good at clearing the field to then let your other 6 sand monsters or even Shien go in for lethal. So I had to go through Warriors Unite twice to get hold of some of these cards. Majority of these cards came from this box. So we got Shien from here, we also got Dual Wield, and we got 6 Sam United, and we also got Kizan as well. So that is quite a good box to get majority of your 6 Sam cards. I also, because it was in the 50% off sale, I decided to also go through Crusaders Battlegrounds as well to get hold of our Grandmaster of the 6 Samurai, and we also got Kizaru and also Return of the 6 Samurai as well. Unfortunately, I had to use a UR Dream ticket to pick up the 3rd copy of Kizan, but with the KCGT main tournament due to start at the end of August, I am holding out some hope that we'll get another Dream ticket then, and if not, I may have just screwed myself over for getting some URs for other decks from other older boxes. But anyway, here's some replays of the deck in action. Okay guys, so let's get into the replays. So first we have this one, so let's get into this. I'm not 100% sure on what deck this guy was actually playing. I originally thought that he was playing a Gaia deck with using Yugi. If he wins, he's going to rank up, which thankfully he didn't. So he's got Warrior of Hope, so he's going to use Utopia, so Utopia straight into the deck. So we set down our Kizaru and our Kizan special summons. We're going to rank 4 Xyz into our Blade Armor Ninja. So Blade Armor Ninja will do a double attack if you detach. Stupidly I misplayed there because I didn't detach the material, so I went in for the first attack, realised that I couldn't make the second attack, but Squirmer got rid of our Xyz anyway, which was a real pain. But that wasn't a problem because Anishi summon Anishi, and then we can then special summon our Kizan because we've got a different 6 samurai with a different name. Anishi banishes 2 of the 2 monsters from the graveyard to then return the Silent Magician back to hand, leaving an open field, and we go in for our 2 attacks. So then we go into the Fuma, which is our tuner, and then we can synchro into our Shien, and we go in for the attack. Obviously whoever we're playing against doesn't read our Shien effect and activates a Wall of D to reduce our attack by 800, but we swiftly negate that, and we just go in for lethal anyway, and that's game. So that is our first replay, a nice little win there for us, and that gets us closer to our silver rank. So we're going to get into our second replay now, and I believe this is a Seto Kaiba player, and whenever we see Seto Kaiba we're going to assume that it's going to be Ultimate Dragons, because that's the only skill that Seto Kaiba is actually really good for. We've got our gainer rank, then we'll go up into bronze rank 7. Yep, Ultimate Dragons for Seto Kaiba, predictable. He sets his ancients. We then use Cien's Dojo, which if we summon one of our 6 samurai, they will get a Bushido counter on that. That will then let us draw a 6 samurai from the deck with the same amount of counters. So that's how we got our Fuma. So we will then go straight into our Shien. So there's Shien, which then allows us to then special summon our Grandmaster from the hand, and that's a nice easy little win for us. So that's a nice easy rank up into bronze rank 7. So let's get into our third replay, and we have got Yosifudo. Synchros, they've not really been big, the old synchros at the moment, so I wasn't expecting synchros. Well, I did expect synchros from this one, but so it sets 2 back row. We then put down 6 Sam and also Shien's Dojo. So we put our Fuma out, which we can then special summon our Kizan, and we synchro straight into our Shien. And then we can use our 6 Sam United to draw 2. We set our dual wield in the back, so his back row wasn't activatable, so we could go straight in. Dual wield, send those 2 back, put our Kizaru out, and we can then special summon our legendary 6 Sam. And then we go into our rank 4 Xyz Blade Armor Ninja, just because of protection really. And then we negate with Shien the trap card, and then we go in for lethal. So another nice little easy win there for us, which set us up nicely for our final duel, which would then lead us into silver rank 1. And now we're going to get into our final replay, and this one, I remember this one very well. We played against a Seto Kaiba player playing Ultimate Dragons, and this was for the rank up to silver rank 1, so we can unlock, there we go, gain a rank, so we can unlock Mokuba, and there we go, Ultimate Dragons. So sets 2, I don't know what that one, a Red Eyes Retro Dragon, I was not expecting that one to be the first play that he made, but we set our Shien's Dojo anyway. Put out Kizaru, get our Fuma, so we can go straight into our Shien play, and then we can special summon our Kizan, Tie That Binds, give us the extra boost, and then we negate Red Eye Spirit Dragon with our Shien and go straight in. So I would have thought that he would have learnt from that to actually read the card, but he went into Ultimate Dragons anyway, gets a polymerization from outside of the deck, tries to play it, and then I swiftly negate that and then he scoops straight away when he realizes that he can't go into Twin Burst Dragon, and then we rank up to silver rank 1. So 4 really easy wins there, but then we was at the bottom of the rank, so it's going to get harder as we move up the ranks. But those were just some nice little Nice little replays really to show you how the deck works with the basic plays. So I hope you enjoyed those replays. I've created a playlist on how to learn to play Duel Links, and I'll link that on the screen. If you're a new player or a free-to-play player and want to learn more about the game, consider subscribing to the channel, leave a like if you got value from this video, and leave me a comment if you'd like me to cover any other topics. Thanks so much for watching the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.